Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to This Week in Pali Football. Erwin, you are crazy. Hey, check it out. On the other side of the intro, we're going to update you, give a small San Fernando recap for our JV and varsity squad, and a preview of what's to come. So hopefully, I see Coach Chris Hyduke is watching. So Chris, Coach Hyduke, you already have the link. So just come on in, and we can drop you in at the top of the show, probably right after our updates. And so stay tuned, stick around, and man, it's been a crazy day. So stick around, and we'll talk to you on the other side of the intro. Welcome to This Week in Pali Football.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!
Some call it the gridiron.
Nice route, way to skim it.
Others, 100 yards of pain.
Too much.
We just like to call it football.
Football.
With Facebook James.
Football, baby.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hopefully you're doing well wherever you're watching from. Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. And it just so happens that Palisades Charter High School. Okay. I see your message, Coach. Yeah, Palisades Charter High School is right over in the on the west side of the coast. So I'm happy that you can join us tonight. It's been a crazy day, and I might tell you at the end of the show why I'm so kind of hyped right now. But yeah, it's been a wonderful couple of days, and so excited to be going into week number 2. This is week number 2. However, it's our third game. Go figure. And I think I talked about that at the top at week 0. So every week, just about every football team has a bye week, and so that way some of the teams have to play this around the same amount of games. They have a week 0. And so week 0 kind of alleviates that bye week, and they kind of cancel out. And so, basically this is our third week. And so when we have our bye week, then, we'll kind of be on week 4, week 5, week 6, or all that kind of good stuff. So I know it's kind of confusing, but hey, we are week 2. And we're playing Granada Hills Charter High School. But, let's go ahead and recap. If you happen to be watching right now, why don't you do me a favor? Go ahead and just let me know that you're watching by dropping some information in the chart, in the chat. Just give me a go Pally, thumbs up, go Pally Dolphins, whatever the case might be. Just let me know that you're watching, and we're going to have a mighty good time tonight. Man, let me just slow down. Well, where should we begin tonight? We do have a wonderful show tonight. We have a couple of videos, of course. We're going to send Coach Chris Hyduke the link and for him to join us. And, Coach, if you're watching, it's actually the same link that I sent to you 2 weeks ago. So if you can look for that email. If you can't, then I'll just go ahead and send you a link while one of the videos are playing. So we're going to recap our San Fernando games, the JV and the varsity game. Both of those games were very, very exciting for some of the players. And we're going to preview what's going to happen this coming Thursday. Now, just note the game, because it's admissions day on Friday, which means there's no school. The football game this week will take place on Thursday. So we're hoping that everyone will come on out to Granada Hills Charter High School and participate in that wonderful festivity known as the Charter Bowl. Do me a favor, in the chat, if you've attended the Charter Bowl before, go ahead and let me know how many of you have attended. And here's a question for me. How many Charter Bowls has Palisades won? Okay. We are on a current winning streak. And so if you think you know, in the chat, because I'd like to make this interactive, let me know by number how many years in a row you think that Palisades Charter High School has won this particular Charter Bowl. All right. So as you do that, I'm going to go ahead and hop into our Pali updates. And let's see. Here we go. Okay. So let's see. Okay, we'll start with this one. Dads, again, if you want to get a better view, a different POV, as I'm seeing in some of the social media, the POV. If you want to get a different point of view, please hop on our chain gang. Now, for the next 2 games, we will be on the road. However, if you sign up, you will have an opportunity to participate and watch the game on the field if you're part of our chain gang. So that's always a popular spot right there. And so it's really, really cool to do that. All right. So dads, and the information is there, signupgenius.com. And I'm sure if you look for Pali, the chain gang, 2022 chain gang, you can operate our chain gang on the opposite side, on the visitor side of the field. So it's a wonderful, wonderful experience, and we hope that you do so, okay? And then also, let's see. Of course, we got to talk about press. And so I've seen a lot of you out there in the stands wearing the merch, and so just give you a for wearing the merch right there. And I love it when I see the hats out there. I see Coach Hajduk has connected, so that's all cool. So yeah, continue to purchase your merch and get ready for our next few home games. You got 2 weeks to get your if you don't have any brand new Pali merch, go ahead and go to pressandsew.com. And I know I was talking to one of the parents at halftime on Friday, and he was like, "Hey, do they have big boy stuff?" I'm like, "Yes, they have up to 4X." So if you if you're a big dude and you want to come fit and looking nice to the game, hey, go to Press and Sew and they'll take care of you. Definitely go ahead and place that order, and Sylvia and Andrew will definitely take care of you. Now, we're going to recap our San Fernando game, but the next 2 games, like I just said a few moments ago, the Charter Bowl, Granada Hills Charter High School. That's where we will be playing this coming Thursday. JV is at 4, and the varsity game is at 7 p.m. So make sure you get there. We do have a pretty good following, even though, or I should say although, I was kind of disappointed this Friday. The crowd wasn't like it normally is. But hopefully you'll come on out to the Charter Bowl so that we can continue the tradition of, just winning and keeping the trophy in our football office. So that's going down this coming Thursday, 4 o'clock for the JV, 7 o'clock for the varsity. And then after that, we'll continue to be on the road. We're going to play St. Genevieve. Now, we've never played St. Genevieve before. This is a brand new football. Well, not brand new, but a new rivalry or a new game that we've set up. And I believe we're going to play them 2 years in a row. Coach can probably verify when I talk to him when we get through this. But, yeah, we're going to play St. Genevieve on Friday, September 9th, okay? Now, we're not too sure how those particular tickets will be sold, but just look for the information coming forward from our social media, or you might receive an email from the Pali QB Club as it relates to ticket sales. And so let me just go back one more. For the Charter Bowl, you actually can use gofan.co to purchase your tickets. I was on there earlier this morning, and I did see that our tickets are available for purchase. Now, here's the only thing. You need to make sure that you purchase the tickets for the visitor side, okay? Visitor sideline only. They do have both tickets available for the home side and the visitor side. So it's very, very important. If you want to come over and hang out with us on the Dolphin side of the field, you can go to gofan.co, type in Granada Hills Charter High School, and just look for the visitor sideline tickets. You can purchase those tickets there, and then once you get to the stadium, you can redeem them as well. So I'm not too sure. Just the opposite from San Fernando. San Fernando didn't have any technology, right? They only used cash, and so this way, we're only using the technology, I believe. So make sure you purchase your tickets on the gofan.co. All right, so let me hop into the comments really, really quick, and I'll see some special guests. I don't know if they are Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. I see Aaron. Aaron is saying, hey, and matter of fact, Aaron, because you're here, let me go ahead and put some music on real quick, just in the background, because I like to have some music playing to kind of get me going. So, hey, Aaron. Aaron is here. Thank you very much. We really, really appreciate you. Let's see. And then, who else do we have? That was me saying hello to everyone from one of my accounts. And then Aaron is also saying, go Pali. And then Corey Adams is saying, hey, 16 Charter Bowl wins. Not quite, but we'll talk about that in a second. And then I did see some other comments. I see Debbie Bides Alon is watching. Hey, Debbie, how's it going? Debbie and I went to El Camino Real together. What's going on? Hopefully the family is well. And then I see my friend Gabe Stream Tornado is watching. Hey, Gabe, what's going on? And I'm not too sure, Gabe, why your comments are not popping up on the screen. But it's all good. I'm glad that you're here. All righty. So those are the updates for this particular week. And we're going to actually bring in the man, the myth. I always say the man, the myth, the legend when I'm talking to one of the coaches. So I believe Coach Hyduke is ready. Coach Hyduke, if you can just nod your head, let me know if you're ready. Okay, I see he's nodding his head. I'm ready. I'm ready to get this thing on. So hold on, I think I just hit the wrong button here. But here, we're going to go right here to the coach's corner, and we're going to bring in the varsity head coach of the Palisades Charter High School football team. Coach, if I get it together, where are you? Coach Chris Hyduke. There he is right there. Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Okay, Jim. How about yourself?
Man, it has been a day. It is, I literally, Coach, and I'll just talk about this at the beginning of the show. I literally walked in at 7:25. So I'm scrambling. I'm like trying to upload stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of frazzled a little bit. So excuse my frazzleness. But thank you for joining. How's everything, man?
Everything is good. We're hanging in there. We're getting ready for the Charter Bowl, like you were mentioning.
Absolutely. Were the boys excited to be 2-0 today in practice?
Yeah, they're enjoying that, and hopefully we're gonna leave that behind and get ready for Granada Hills now. They pose a little bit of a different problem for us in terms of the offense they run.
Absolutely. No, so here's what I was doing earlier, Coach. I was actually looking at, make sure you're in this scene here. I was actually looking at Max Preps, and just to see if they had, they usually have stats, right?
Right.
I noticed for the last game, they did not have one single pass attempt. So it looks like either they have a quarterback who's inept, but we know that they have some players, some cousins, who are really good at running the ball.
They do. I believe the freshman is really young. I think he might, be a freshman or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull up. I know the first one, the senior, his name is Dejan Staley.
Right.
And so if you're not new to high school football, there's this gentleman, young player at Granada Hills. And when we played them last year at our house, he did not play because he was injured. But all the hype was that he's very, very quick. I believe he was a city finalist in some of the sprints, maybe the 100, 200. I'm not too sure if he does the 400, but I know that he is very, very fast. And so his name is Dejan Staley. He did not play us last year, but he's quick. I think he's offered to maybe one of the Power 5 schools. Not too sure.
I think he's Utah. I think Utah might be one of those.
And then I guess it runs in the family because he also has a cousin, and I'll find out his name before we hop. So maybe, Coach, as I'm looking for the names of these players, maybe you can talk about the a little bit of the game plan that we're going to face Thursday against Granada Hills.
Sure. Well, they run this offense, which is called the double wing T, which was made famous by a guy by the name of Markham back in the 90s. and it's foot to foot, um, offensive line, and everybody's real tight to the line of scrimmage. The splits are about a half an inch, and they just want to pound you with the ball and then try and get you deep with a couple of quick passes as you go to sleep with the run. And it's pretty. It's like the old single wing. I actually believe that they have kind of morphed into a single wing if you look at the film. And so it's all about going to be up front. It's going to be smash ball all the way across the front with occasional pass maybe once in a while. So it's going to be about trying to stop that run game that they have, which is a pretty good run game for them with a couple of quick little guys running the ball.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I just put it up on Max Preps. So his name is Daryl Staley. He's a sophomore, and last week versus Westchester, he ran for 105 yards. And so I know the previous week, both him, Dejan, and Daryl, they're cousins. I believe they both ran for a little bit over 300 yards. And so I'm sure you're going to put in a great game plan to kind of stop the run, seeing that they only had 2 pass attempts last game against Westchester.
Correct. Yeah, it's kind of we didn't see the one young man, so I don't know if he's playing or if he's not playing because we didn't see him on the film against Westchester.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a strange thing. Hopefully he's going to play. We want to play the best.
Absolutely. And not to hype up their running game, but Coach, we also have a 2-headed monster. We could actually have a 3-headed monster if we really look at it, because Chris Washington, who did not play last week because he was ill, the week prior, he ran, I believe, almost 200 yards.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job running the ball. And I got to give a little bit of that credit to the old line. They stepped up and are starting to play good football, which we knew they could. We just got to keep getting better. And then we have Washington, and we have your son running the ball, and then we have Anthony running the ball.
Yes.
Anthony stepped up last week, and he ran the ball well for a little guy. He's quick. And so you're right. We could have a three-headed prong there that which will help us down the road. It's good to have a stable of running backs, which I think we do.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the stats from our particular game against San Fernando, and I'll talk about this a little bit later. But Lieberman was Anthony Lieberman. He had 11 carries for 196 yards, and his longest one was 55 yards. And so
yes, he motored.
So we had Chris Washington before, had almost 200 yards. We had Anthony, who was right at 4 yards shy, and so we got some goons too who can run the ball. So it's going to be a wonderful matchup this coming Thursday.
I think it's going to be interesting because of the nature of the two teams. We like to throw the ball and spread it all around the field, where they like to put everything kind of like a little box and control it and pound you into submission.
Yeah.
So you're going to see 2 different offenses, which is going to be interesting to watch, I think.
Absolutely. And, maybe we can talk a little bit about our QBs, man. I mean, we have 2 QBs who are really, they're getting it done their way, right? I'm looking at just the pass attempts from Roman and Zach. Roman was 5 for 8 for 46 yards. Zach was 5 for 5 for 48 yards. And so, and each of them threw two touchdowns. So
it's
really close, Coach.
It is really close, and these 2 guys are battling it out. It's great competition. It's going to make us better. But they are so tight. There's been nothing that has made any great separation between the 2 young men yet.
Absolutely. But and I'm sure you've heard this adage: if it ain't broke, right? Why try to fix it? And so
exactly.
I think you get different looks with different guys, and obviously, we've been putting. I think we've been averaging about 42 points a game. Looking at Max Preps, Granada Hills is averaging 32 points a game. So
right.
It's like we can score on the ground, we can score in the air, and we can also score on the special teams because when we have
Yes.
Amari Yolis back there doing his thing, I mean,
Boy, wasn't he something Friday night?
he
Unbelievable.
listen, that little guy can motor. I mean, I think the pick six that he had, it didn't even look like he was in full sprint, right?
He's amazing for what he can do with the football. I'm so glad he's out there with us. He's just a great athlete that can help us all over the field, defensively, offensively, special teams. Just everywhere.
Yeah, I think the guys are really stepping up, and they're gaining confidence with each snap. From the QB to the running backs. You talked about my son as well. I think all of them are stepping into areas that they haven't had to step into before, right?
That's right.
Pali in recent years hasn't had a two QB system, and that has been successful. And so far, I know it's only 2 games in, but it's been proven to be successful where guys are distributing the ball. And then we've had some newbies like Sean, like Anthony, like Michael, who caught a touchdown last week. I mean, so it's, I think the sky's the limit, and they're gaining confidence as they play these games week after week.
Yeah, and they should. They like I was telling the O-line, I had a meeting with them after the fiasco over there, our scrimmage fiasco, and I told them that they are, you guys are so much better than what you showed to Birmingham, and I was, and they took it to heart, man, and they came out there and they're starting to show their capabilities, I believe, at the O-line. I think the more they progress, it's even going to be better for us because, if you look at that O-line, it's big.
It is.
Yeah, and they can be very physical. And if you figure you have Dylan, and you can hide behind Dylan almost, so those little, like Anthony, they can't even see him, and all of a sudden he pops open. It's amazing. We could have a really great O-line if we put our mind to it. Just really create a lot of havoc for people.
Absolutely. I appreciate. Hey, Cy Riley is watching. I really appreciate. Watching the big men. Having a big guy. One of my children playing on the O-line. I appreciate football a little bit differently now. Seeing that the guys up front are really vital to the to the quality of the game, depending on that front line. And so I love Christian Bard. I think that's how I say his last name. He comes ready to play with his hard hat, like with the lunch pail. I mean, before a game when when they were walking out to the center field for the coin toss, he was you could just see the focusedness, if that's such a word. You can just see how he was determined, ready. He was locked in to get the job done, really.
Definitely. And he's one of the big leaders on that O-line, and we didn't have him in the scrimmage with Birmingham. And he takes charge and kind of keeps those guys going in the right direction. And he's turning out to be a good leader on the O-line. And I told the O-line, we're only going to go as far as you guys take us.
Absolutely.
You have to have a good O-line and be able to move the ball to win a lot of football games. And I told those guys flat out, it really rides on their shoulders. As far as we go, because of them. I really believe that too.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. And I just can't wait to see, Dylan, for him, I just wish, I wish that we didn't have the COVID year, because for me, it seems like he's still trying to figure out varsity football, right?
Definitely.
I know that this year is going to be a great learning situation for him. But I really, I really want to see him once he understands how the big men should play on that O-line. His impact on the game, especially next year, maybe at the end of this year too, going into the playoffs, is going to be very, very different from these first few games that we've seen him play this season.
You brought up a good point, and I even keep forgetting about the COVID year. Those kids missed a whole year almost of football.
Yeah.
So these young kids are really, really young, and I don't think a lot of people understand that they only played 4 games, and usually played, 10, 11, 12 games. And they got robbed and cheated out of those experiences, which they are really behind in some ways that they have to make up.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, like I said, sky's the limit. These guys are on the right path. And so I think with the 10 games that they have, if you come out, 2-1, 3-0 in the first few games, then you're looking pretty good, because you'll kind of understand how to operate as a team once you get into league, and that's going to
Exactly.
propel you to having a successful postseason once that time of the season arrives.
Yeah. And, as we're gaining the experience, you look at the other side of the ball, all three of our inside linebackers are sophomores.
Yeah.
You got to think, those guys are growing every day too.
Absolutely. No, you
I
know
think,
what? Go ahead, Coach.
I was just going to say, I can't remember in my coaching career that I ever had three sophomore linebackers starting for us.
Yeah, yeah, that's that's crazy. That's crazy. And then I just want to talk about this one player, because I've seen his social media, and sometimes he likes to dance around in his helmet and uniform. But Augie, can you talk about just the upside of Augie? Now, I think he's a sophomore, correct?
Well, he's only going to be a freshman.
Shut
Yeah.
up! Are you kidding me? He's a freshman.
No, yeah, he's a freshman. He had to sign the waiver and everything so he could play varsity football.
Oh man! So the upside
Yeah.
for this guy right here, like I said, I see him, dancing around on his social media with his helmet. He's proud to be a Pali Dolphin, right? And so,
I'll tell you.
to your
Yeah,
point, go
yeah,
ahead,
he
Coach.
was Brentwood. He was going to go to Brentwood, and he ended up wanting to come to Pali for a lot of different reasons. And
Sure.
we're just really happy to have him. He's going to be an impact player, and he's just a really good kid and
Yeah.
kind of guy you want on a football team. He's learning like everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, and if he's only 14, 15, I think about him and Dylan. They're still growing, right? They're still growing a little bit. And they're going to get a little bit taller, a little bit wider, a little bit meaner and leaner, and that's going to help the cause. That's going to help, the cause for Pali football in the area. Local kids will want to go and play for the Dolphins.
Definitely, definitely. Well, we're starting to see that here and there. We're getting, the thing is, we're on that charter. We're on the lottery, and it's you got to live in the area to get into the school if you don't get in through the lottery system. So it's there's a lot of kids, Jim. You'd be amazed that have contacted me over the summer wanting to come in, and they've met with me. But when I tell them this, the situation that it's
Yeah.
a lottery and you just can't walk in, or you have to buy a house in the Palisades, it's a little rough. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Hey, listen. No, it's a wonderful thing, man. And I'm gonna be around for a little bit, because, like, I have my nephew on the JV squad, so I'm gonna be around, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen. 2-3 years down the line with Palisades football. We've always been right there knocking on the door. Like last year, we got to the
Semis.
semifinals. And so even right now, Connor Morissette has us ranked number 3 in the city. So, and not that we're trying to get the big head right now. We just want to go ahead and see what our pieces are going to do and how they want to develop. But, I'm just so excited about what's going to happen with the guys if they're dedicated to what you guys are setting up for them on both JV and varsity.
Definitely. There's a nice group of kids there, and I mean nice too. I mean they're nice to be around, and they're
No,
yeah, good kids.
no, they are. They're good. They're good kids, and like I said, I'm still trying to learn. Some of them, they're always walking. Hey, what up, Facebook, James? Or they'll just say, "What up, Facebook?" Some of them come up. Some of the guys, "Hey, Mr. Riley," or whatever. So it's a fun group of guys, and this is probably one of the best sports to be involved in, because you develop the character and leadership, and some of the guys who you never thought would step up to be the roles, the leaders, and assume the roles. It's just like, wow, I'm really, really impressed by the guys stepping up. And so, Coach, I don't want to keep you too long, man. I'll let you get one more one more word in terms of this coming Thursday. Again, just going back to that conversation with the Charter Bowl. And I did ask a little bit earlier before I give you the mic. Corey Adams says we have won 16 Charter Bowl wins. Now, I was actually thinking of consecutive wins, Corey, and I think we've won either 7 Charter Bowl wins in a row. I don't think we've lost since my kids have started playing in the program. So I know.
Well, we haven't lost since I've been here, and this is my 8th year. So
there you go. So I think I asked Steve on Friday night, and I think I forgot with everything going on. But I know it's either 7 or 8 wins, Coach. So that's a good legacy right there. And I know the boys want to continue to win. Especially on Thursday night. They have a free weekend. So it's very, very important. What would you say to the viewers right now who are watching this, and how can you encourage them to come on out and watch the game against Granada Hills?
Well, I think you're going to see 2 really good high school football teams who are involved in a charter school situation, and I think if you want to see high school ball at its best, it's these kind of games that are created against 2 charter schools that we're playing all for the right reasons. And I think that's why you want to come out and watch these 2 teams play. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be 2 different types of football.
Yeah.
One, you're going to see a heavy run game, and we'll be mixed up with a heavy run game and a pass game. You're going to see 2 good defenses. Our defense is coming along and developing its own character. I just think, come on out. It's going to be a great high school football game if you like high school football. And I think it'd be nice if you come and support the kids. Drink a lot of water because it's going to be hot.
Yeah, and surprisingly, it wasn't that hot against San Fernando. I was expecting it to be, a little bit hotter or warmer. But as we found out on Friday night again at San Fernando, man. It was a nice breeze, and
nice.
My friend Charlene says Friday night lights are bright. and let me say this, Charlene, Friday night and to you, Coach, Friday night lights are bright when they could turn on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, for some reason, I don't know. Last time we played a game over there, they had the fans with the water mist going.
Okay.
And it was hot there. It was really hot.
Yeah, no, I remember that game. I think let me tell you how I remember that game specifically at Granada Hills, because my second son, Sai, he he was playing tight end, and we had him and Noah. They were, both playing. Noah Gadusham. What up, G? They were both playing tight end. And let me see. I'm trying to think of the QB at the time. I can't.
Danny? Was it Danny?
I don't know if it was Danny. It could have been Danny. And he was able to catch a touchdown. So I remember that. And that was the last time we were. I think that was the last time. I think we've been there since, because here's a funny story too, Coach. One of the kids found out that Sai was so they found out that that Xavier was Sai's younger brother, and one of the players from Granada was like, "Man, I remember your brother. He hit me really, really hard, and it lasted for a couple of days." Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a great rivalry, and they're coached by Bucky Brooks. I think he's still the coach.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah, and those of you who don't know who Bucky Brooks is, he is an ex-NFL player. I mean, he's really vested in that community, really want the boys to come out and learn and understand how to play football. And so
exactly,
he's all over the NFL network, and so he's put together a team of coaches, and definitely he's rooted there in the community, and wants the guys to come on out who live there in the community and understand how to play the game of football. So obviously they're doing well with the 2 cousins, Dejan and Daryl Staley. So it's going to be a wonderful game this coming Thursday. So I appreciate.
I think
Coach.
It will be.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Coach, man. And
appreciate you, Coach.
I'm glad you were able to find the link and just keep it handy, man. Just keep it handy somewhere where hey, matter of fact,
I will.
Have your wife save it for you,
Yeah.
so that way anytime you want to hop on, you
Well,
can
hey,
hop
well,
on,
she's the
Coach.
one that found it tonight.
There you go, man.
Hey, I got to say one thing though.
Go ahead.
All these new coaches that we've hired, they were kind of laughing. They're going, "How many times do we got to go back to that hot valley?" And I said, "I think we got one or two more times to go." They're all South Bay guys with the breeze down
Absolutely.
here, you know.
No, and we've done this probably for the past 4 or 5 years, where we've had 3 consecutive games in the Valley. I remember we played Cleveland, we would
Reseda.
play Taft, we would play Granada Hills. Granada Hills would be that third game, right? Because
Right.
of the Charter Bowl, we've had Cleveland, Reseda, and then
You bet.
again, so it's always a mixed bag. But I think we've won the majority of those Valley games. The only one
We have.
the only game that I remember that we lost was the game against Cleveland, and I believe that was Cy's senior year.
That's correct.
Where
Then we didn't lose again for a long time.
No, we did. We lost against Banning in the playoffs. So,
Right.
I think we're probably like 11-1.
Well,
against the
they
Valley
run
team.
that same offense, so
Yes.
it's going to be interesting.
No,
We
it
told
is.
the kids today, you have to listen to what we're telling you, because we went over to Cleveland and they did their own thing in that Cleveland game, and we lost by 2 points that
Yeah,
game. So
absolutely.
hopefully they're buying in. This is a special offense that you have to be really disciplined to play against. It's one mistake and the guy goes 90 yards.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Coach, I appreciate you hopping on, man. Please give your love to your wonderful wife. We appreciate her, and we
I'll do
appreciate
it.
you hopping on. And so we'll look to check you out the next time.
okay, Coach. Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks,
Have
Coach. I
a good one.
appreciate you. Absolutely. All righty. So that was Coach Chris Hyduke, man. Just a wonderful dude. And, he has his coaches, he has his players ready, and they're just doing what they need to do to get everyone in sync and ready to play the game. So we appreciate him hopping on and participating tonight. Well, man, we've talked about a lot of things, and so let me go ahead and finish the get into the rest of the show. We're almost done, you guys, so if you're just watching, just give me a thumbs up if you're watching. If you're vibing with me, give me a go Pali if you're still watching and vibing with me. And you know what, if you're watching the replay, just type in hashtag replay squad or Facebook James or whatever the case might be, whatever you want to put in, just as long as it's positive. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and hop over to the JV report. So I believe our JV squad, I'm over here trying to figure out their final score. JV did what they needed to do this particular week against San Fernando. They were down 14-13, I believe, and came back and won again, I believe 32-14. They did not allow another point in the second half of their game. And so Coach Todd, he put together a wonderful game plan. And so we're going to hear from Coach Todd. I had the privilege of talking to him shortly after the JV win. And also, I had one of my new favorite players, and I think you'll be really impressed by this gentleman. His name is Isaiah Sensabaugh. So we're going to go ahead and roll the JV report. Hey, what's going on? Facebook James here. After another JV win, I forgot the final score. I got here at halftime, but I'm standing here with the new man, the myth, the legend, Coach Todd. Congrats on your second win of the season.
Sir, thank you very much. We pulled off a 33-14 win. That's what it was, and it was tough. It was fought. It was hard fought, gritty win, but we need those too.
Absolutely. Now, I got here at halftime. I think you guys were down 14-13. So your defense did not allow any points. But, right, good point. And you had 2 pick sixes, man. I was just amazed. Talk about that defense, man.
Our defense has continued to carry us each week. They're amazing. We have some really good players individually on defense, but they work together as a unit. Isaiah Sensabaugh today had the 2 pick sixes. But he's an amazing athlete, really focused guy. But he's a great team player. He understands his role, and he just he gives it his all, and I appreciate that in him.
Now, I did notice that you kind of took Matias out for a little bit and allowed the other QB to come in. Was that just to give him a little mental break and kind of settle in a little bit?
No, we actually worked on a package in practice this week. It was the tie package where we moved Matias. I don't know, you weren't here in the first half. We moved Matias to tight end. So for about 3 plays, we moved Matias to tight end, let Ty come in and do some things. Ty's a little more active with his legs, and he has a really good long ball. So we have confidence in Ty. That's never going to be the issue. And we like what he brings to our quarterback position. You know, it gives us 2, diverse quarterbacks. One is a little bit more agile and has a really good deep ball, and one is more of a field manager. He manages the team really well, and Matias. So together, I wouldn't mind having a good quarterback controversy. It's a good problem to have.
A good problem to have.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, man, on your second win. I'm gonna bring Isaiah in, and I know he had 2 pick six, so I'm just gonna get his viewpoint, his vantage points, and his thoughts on getting those pick sixes.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man, and go Pali.
Absolutely. All right. So that was Coach Todd. Isaiah, come on in. He's the celeb of the game. Come on this side right here. All right. So Isaiah, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, actually. I feel like I had a pretty good game, so I'm pretty excited.
Okay, so let's talk a little. Coach talked a little bit about your defense. You guys were down 13-14. Just talk about what you guys did in the second half. Don't mention your 2 pick sixes, but just talk about what you guys did as a defensive unit.
Yeah. So I feel like at halftime we kind of came together. We knew our offense was struggling a little bit. We had to help them out. So we came out in nickel, which we put more DBs on the field, had to help the pass a little bit, some pass support. So we came out, we were struggling a little bit with the run, but pass, I feel like we did pretty good on defense. The second half was amazing. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so go ahead and talk about your 2 pick sixes, man. I mean, they were wide open. I saw the first one from the stands. The second one was down here on the field, and I just kept to myself. I was like, hey, make sure you run to the opposite side where they were, and you did just that. Tell us what you saw on each of the plays as you scored 2 pick sixes this game.
Okay, so both plays were pretty much almost the exact same play. I saw that the quarterback was trying. Well, they sent their receivers up the seam, so I kind of saw the quarterback staring down the receiver running up the seam. So I kind of shifted over that way. I kind of creeped over that way, and as soon as he released the ball, I sprinted as fast as I could and just jumped up and tried. And then whenever I caught it, I saw I had blockers to the opposite side. I caught it, so I reverse field both times. And then the second interception, I was pretty winded. I was pretty tired. So I kind of just let my blockers get out in front of me and then ran it all the way back.
No, you did. You did that thing, Isaiah. So congratulations, man. That was, I just said, I saw Liam out there doing this thing. I was like, you know what? I need somebody. Somebody. And Coach Todd is always talking about the defense. So when I saw you get that first pick, I was like, okay, I might have to go ahead and talk to him after the game. And then you got the second one. I was like, oh, sure enough, we talking to Isaiah. So congratulations, man. Keep working hard on defense, and we'll see you next week at Granada Hills.
Yep. I also want to thank the D-line. My picks were due to the D-line. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. This Facebook James signing off. JV pulled it out. I had a wonderful game. They were down 14-13, but was able to pull it out in the second half. I forgot the final score, but just as long as you know that we won, it's all good. So Facebook James signing off with the JV Report. Hey, yeah. So they did his thing, man. Gerald, and I was really impressed as I was standing there talking to Gerald. Just such, he seemed like he has a wonderful knowledge, a good knowledge of the game. And, I was just excited. Like I said, I was in the stands and I saw the first pick six. And I was like, okay, it's time for me to kind of, get myself in game mode. So at the end of the, near the end of the JV game, I kind of, go out and hang out on the field. And then as I'm walking on the field, he gets another pick six. And I'm just like, oh, no, dude, we talking after the game. So, I tip my hat to Isaiah Sensabaugh and the defense and the rest of the JV squad. So, and then also, of course, Coach Todd for putting together such a wonderful game plan. And even, he said it was a design package to put the 6'5", JV QB in at tight end. I mean, wow, who does that, right? I guess we do because, we have some guys who can have a pretty good working knowledge of the game. So that was pretty cool. And then let's not, forget about our varsity guys. Those dudes, they did their thing. And so right now I just kind of hit this button right here. Okay, so this is the final score from our varsity game. Varsity did win 51-7, and they only allowed, let's see, someone said I lost sound. So let me see. Hello there. Can we get some sound? Can we get sound? Hello, hello, hello. If you can hear me right now, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me right now, give me a thumbs up. I'll wait for the thumbs up. And as we're talking about Max Preps, if you're still watching, Charlene. Oh, okay. Sai says we got it back. Thank you, Sai. Okay. So Max Preps is a wonderful website where a lot of prep we can hear. Okay. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you. So Max Preps is a wonderful place where, football, high school football geeks like me, go through Max Prep, see what other teams are doing, especially in our league. And that's why I was able to get the information about the Granada Hills football players, because their coaches have entered stats from the game into Max Preps. And so usually the coaches, our coaches, any high school coaches, they'll go through, put in all the stats. And that's kind of a tedious type of job. And so, we, us folks who are patiently, we have to wait patiently as football geeks. And so, so thank you to the coaches, our coaches who have put in the past 2 weeks of stats. And so here's some of the stats I would like to share with you really, really quick. And so again, our Dolphins won 51-7. And we don't have a breakdown per score, but I can tell you that Roman and Zachary were able to, throw 4 touchdowns. I can tell you that. They each had 2 touchdowns each. Xavier Riley ran for 11 yards one time. Let's see. Roman, he ran. Well, he didn't. Let's just say, I think that was the botched play that went over his head. Anthony Lieberman, man, he was 196 yards into the game, right? 11 carries, and so that's a wonderful thing. Let's see. Number 38, I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but he had 14 yards on 1 carry, and Iman had 3 carries for -1 yard. So, if you like to go Max Preps and be a football geek, you can definitely do that. And then this is what I really want to highlight. Our receivers, right? So we have Braden Stanford, who caught a touchdown, right? He had 3 receptions, 27 yards. We had Sean Greer. Last week he had against our first opponent, El Camino, he had 2 touchdowns. This time he caught the ball 1 time for 21 yards, 1 touchdown. And we had Michael King Hagan. He had 2 receptions for 32 yards and a touchdown. And then the last one was Augie. That's what I was talking about, Augie. Not only is Augie playing defense, they put him in offense, and he was able to catch a 1 pass for 2 yards and a touchdown. So it doesn't matter. A touchdown is a touchdown, whether it's 1 yard or 2 yard. And so that's a pretty good. And then on our defense, right, our Mariolis in this particular game, he had a kickoff return. He ran it all the way in for a touchdown, and he also had a pick 6 too. So that's a good thing. Xavier ran the ball for 11 yards. Let's see who else. I kind of want to get into some tackles as well. So now I'm not going to spit off all of the tackles, but you can go to Max Preps. You can sign up for a free account as a parent, and you can check out the Pali football team as well. So we had let's see. total tackles. Let's go through. We had Xavier Riley had 5. He had 2 TFLs, which means a tackle for loss. Let's see. We had Jesse Estes. Jesse was putting in some work. He had 4 tackles. He had 1 TFL. And let's see. We had a whole gang of guys. Jabari Williams, he had 3 total tackles. So, our defense is definitely doing what they need to do. Do we have a sack? Yeah, we had a sack. We have 3 sacks in that game against San Fernando. Evan Nirenberg, I believe. Jay Butcher Layton, and I Robinson. So Emmanuel Robinson. There you go. Alrighty. So yeah, it was a great, wonderful win, and so we encourage everyone to come on out this coming Thursday. And matter of fact, I think I do have a sound bite from Anthony. Let me pull it up real quick, and then I think that's all I have for us today. So let me go back here, and let me find my file for Mr. Anthony. Here we are. So we're going to hear from Anthony. When his name was called, he was ready. So let's check out what Anthony has to say after playing San Fernando.
All right, so this is Facebook James here with Anthony Lieberman, man. From what I understand, man, I've been hyping you up. I heard you're the fastest guy on the team, man. Is this true?
Yes, sir.
All right, he says he is the fastest man. Tell us kind of what went through your mind tonight. You heard Chris wasn't going to play tonight. You were going to be the man. Just kind of tell us your thoughts about playing tonight against San Fernando.
I had to lock in because Chris was out. I knew I was going to get my reps. And I had to see all those holes. Just went right through them.
Absolutely. Now, I also hear that this is your first time playing football.
Yep.
Is this true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's your athletic background?
I played track last year. I made city finals for long jump.
Okay.
And the 100 and the 4x1.
Okay.
And triple jump.
Okay. Next week.
Yeah.
How's it going down next week against Granada Hills? I know you got to go. They're pulling you.
Yeah.
How's it going to go down next week against Granada Hills?
Same thing today. We're going to kill them.
Okay, you heard it from Anthony.
Yep.
All right, Facebook James signing out. Peace.
I don't know if you heard Coach Motts. He said, "We know you're a star, but we got to go. Let's go." So that's Anthony Lieberman, man. He had 11 touches for 196 yards last week. Like we said, Chris Washington was unable to go last week. But Anthony, he filled in and did what he needed to do. And I like what he said. He said, I had to lock in. And so when you know that your number is going to be called, you have to do just that. You have to lock in. And so whatever, he did whatever he needed to do. He did it, and they were successful. And so they almost preserved the donut. They allowed San Fernando to score a touchdown at the very end of the game. So it is what it is. And, so happy for the boys so far. So we head into Granada Hills. If you're just joining us, we really want you guys to come on out this coming Thursday. Now, like I said, just to recap, and we're almost at the close of the show. Do me a favor. Go ahead and, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're, watching on Facebook as well, go ahead and hit the like button. And you know what? We're also streaming on Twitter as well. So, trying to show folks in the high school realm how we do things over here at Palisades Charter High School as it relates to the media for our football team. So a couple of things. I have a couple of call to actions, if you will. Call to action. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and follow us on TikTok. We do have some content over there. We just put up what I call Friday Night Faces. And so we had a couple of photographers and, wonderful photographers, capturing the boys on the field. And so if you want to see that, you can definitely follow us on TikTok or also on YouTube. And so we should be live on YouTube right now. So why don't you do us a favor? Go ahead and leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime we drop a brand new video or happen to go live. And then the last thing, you can follow us on Instagram. Now, what we did today, along with, as I was saying with Max Preps, the coaches actually select what they call Max Preps players of the game. And so we put that on our social media today. And so congratulations there were several guys. Let me see if I can go through all of them real quick, and then we'll close the show. And then what we'll do next week, we'll kind of highlight those former Pali football players who are playing at the next level. So I know Cy was watching earlier. We'll highlight Quinn Perry, who's playing at Colorado. We have a couple of guys who are teammates at the College of Idaho, Jake Nally and Will Janae. Let's see who else. Sir Riley over at Idaho State. And I've been hearing mumblings about some of our other football players who played on the team last year. I don't want to say exactly who just yet until I can actually confirm where they're playing. So I would really like to shout them out and kind of bless them. I'm hopefully, wishing them a wonderful season. But I kind of just did, but I kind of want to do it in a more formal way. But let me go ahead and do this really, really quick, and then we're going to close the show. So let me go to it's on our Twitter as well. So that's why I'm looking up on our Twitter, and I will let you know who was selected for what, okay? As soon as I can get it. Okay, here we go. So for the game against El Camino Real, Christopher Washington was recognized as the overall player of the game. So congratulations to Christopher. Christian Baud was the Max Preps offensive player of the game. The Max Preps defense player of the game was Xavier Riley. And then the special teams player of the game was Cullen Ford, who has an amazing leg. So hats off to those guys. And then the next 4 Max Preps players of the game for against San Fernando, we talked about this guy, Amari Yolis, cornerback. The offensive player of the game was Anthony Lieberman, who's a running back and receiver. The defensive player of the game, Jesse Estes. And then the special teams player was Xavier Riley, strong safety and cornerback. So those are the wonderful Max Prep. Try to say that 5 times fast. Max Preps player of the week. And so we'll add that as a segment on our show. Other than that, guys, I think that is all that I have tonight. I really appreciate you hopping on, giving us some time, giving us some FaceTime tonight, and hopefully you're going to do some great things the rest of the week. We look forward to seeing you this coming Thursday. Again, I just can't say it enough. It's going to be a wonderful game, guys. I'm hyped. I'm not even playing. I'm just watching. It's going to be 2 different offenses, 2 different styles. We're going to have the double wing tee. We're going to have our guys flying and running. Special teams is going to do their thing. So it's going to be a wonderful game. You definitely do not want to miss this particular game this Thursday night, September 1st at Granada Hills Charter High School. JV goes off at 4 o'clock. Let me slow down. JV goes off at 4 o'clock. Varsity goes off at 7 o'clock. All right. So other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the sidelines. If you cannot make the game, of course, I'll be on the live stream, Facebook Live, live streaming the game for the varsity team. So if you can't come to the game, just come over to our Pali Facebook page and you'll see me, and I'll be doing what I do like I've been doing for the past 5 years. All right. So let me go ahead and close out with some of these comments, and I want to acknowledge a few of them before we get out of here. So Charlene says, "You really impressed me with your game insight and talk." Facebook James. Thank you, Charlene. I really, really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get this off of here. See if I can get. We'll do it later. Actually, we'll do it now. Yes, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. You know what? I'm gonna go to another screen where I don't have to. Boom. There we go. Okay. Stacey, she was just saying we can hear you. Aaron was saying that we can hear you. She was also saying thank you. And Michael, you go to Pali. That's what's up, man. Hey, tell your friends about This Week in Pali Football. It's going down every Monday. However, next Monday, I'm glad I said that, Michael. Next week, I'm not too sure if I'm going to go live on Monday. I might be out of town. So if that is the case, I will go live on Tuesday. And next week, we'll have a short week as well. So we'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the game will be on Friday. Michael says, "I'm here because I play for JV. That's what's up, Mike. I appreciate you watching, my man. You need to tell your other JV players to come on and be a part of this wonderful show. It's interactive, man. So I know that you're watching because you're dropping comments on on YouTube. So you need to tell your peoples, come on over, and we might shout them out as well. So definitely, Michael, I appreciate you watching, and not only Michael, but I appreciate all of you watching, taking the time out of your busy schedule on a Monday night to watch Facebook James do his thing. All right. So other than that, I'm closing the show. Thank you for watching, and as always, go Pali. We'll see you on Thursday. Peace out. Thanks for watching.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!